Welcome everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Today, in just a moment, I'm going to run you through the daily lunar forecast for the coming week, and at the end of the readings I'm actually going to announce the winners of the March prize draw. So for anyone who is new to this absolutely wonderful YouTube community here, every month I give away a free private reading and a signed first signed limited edition pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. And actually in this draw too, I'm going to be giving away a journal as well. I've been talking a lot about the tribal moons, which are sort of featured in this book. So I'm going to be giving away one of those as well. So if you are subscribed and you are on my subscriber email list, I will tack on a little video right at the end to announce the winners. So do check that out. And straight after the lunar updates, we're going to look at the cards and look at the extra guidance to help you to really be drawn to the correct reading for you, the one that's really speaking to you. So guys, I will run you through the lunar updates and I will see you in just a moment then with the cards. And of course we'll be drawing runes as well and charms today for each of the readings. So I will see you in a minute. Tons of love. Welcome to the weekly lunar updates. So today, Sunday, the moon leaves Cancer and moves into Leo with a void of course period between 1 and 4 a.m. this morning GMT. Now this is a real day of transformation. Change is afoot. Transformation can literally rebirth and emerge, and it's we see a very dynamic start to the day. The way to really harness the influence today is creativity. You know, transformation is being called for. So go for it, you know, get passionate, open communications and be creative in every aspect of your world today. It's really going to work for you. On Monday, the moon is in Leo and there is a real feeling of anticipation in the lunar energy. If you are actively creating something, then be open to sudden moments of inspiration that can surge you forwards. And if you've been waiting for that spark of clarity to present itself or for that idea to arrive, then be open to synchronicity and trust the universe. On Tuesday, the moon moves from Leo into Virgo with a void of course period between 10:16 a.m. and 14:08 p.m. GMT. The lunar influence starts the day with a very strong urge to kind of push forwards. Now, if this is totally working for you and in alignment with your world, then go for it. But be sure to pay attention to the details before rushing in. And if in some aspect of your world you are hesitant or pressured or frustrated, then pay attention to the detail and make a very conscious choice to commit to meticulous but steady progress. On Wednesday, the moon is in Virgo and the overall astrodynamics are actually very harmonious, promoting flow and the gathering of momentum. The lunar influence today places a particular emphasis on our relationships, focusing on love, balance and harmony. So have a wonderful Wednesday. On Thursday, the moon moves from Virgo into Libra with a void of course period between 18:11 and 20:46 p.m. GMT. The lunar energy today brings the potential for renewed hope, optimism and new beginnings rooted in spiritual awareness, and this is absolutely lovely. But be sure to remain grounded because the energy could also lend itself to a degree of idealization. So remain grounded, get real and lean into a spiritual awareness that's rooted in solid, practical realism. On Friday, the moon is in Libra, and as we approach the fullness of the moon, we're very much on a pathway to healing. The lunar energy on Friday asks us to maintain our vision of hope and potential while seeking healing for any issues, either past or present, that may be calling for resolution. We may simply also be seeing things that need to be released, let go of, and it's a way of making space for the new to be wholly and completely invited into our lives. So it's actually a beautiful build-up to the full moon tomorrow. On Saturday, the moon is full in Libra, exact at 18:54 p.m. GMT. Now, the moon will remain in Libra until 21:56 p.m. GMT, when she then enters into a void of course period until early tomorrow morning. Although the full moon illuminations are not without tension, that's always the way with a full moon, the overall astrodynamics of the day bring a wonderful flow of energy to move circumstances and situations forwards and into a space of transformation with completion and the opportunity for rebirth. Pretty amazing full moon to rebalance and realign. Have an amazing week. So these are the tarot packs that we are going to be using today. I have the books here as well, because that may also help to guide you in, and we're going to draw an archetype card in just a moment as well, just to help give us some indication as to what kind of areas of guidance we're going to receive for each of the readings. So pile 1, reading 1, we're going to be using the Tarot of the Light. Okay, so this is the guidebook that comes with it. Reading number 2, pile number 2, we have the Magical Nordic Tarot. So this is for reading number 2. Reading number 3, we're going to be using Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And for all of the readings, I'm going to be using and drawing on this absolutely magical little pack of angel cards. There's really, really specific guidance that comes from these. So we'll be using these cards, these oracle cards, for every single reading. Now let's draw an archetype card for each of the piles as well, just to give you a little bit of extra insight. So reading number 1, we have the energy of the stone. Okay. Reading number 2, we have the energy of the seed. Coming through. And reading number 3, we have the energy of the judge. Okay, so whatever your circumstances, whatever questions you may have, or whether this is just a touching base for weekly guidance. I know for some of you that's something that you do every Sunday, and thank you so much. If you need to pause the video, please do so. If you're not sure which of the readings is really speaking to you, sometimes it's more than one. If there's more than one area of your world that you're wanting to ask about at the moment, you may find that the readings are speaking to you about different aspects of your world, your circumstance, your earth walk at this moment in time. Wonderful friends, press the pause button if you need to, and I will see you in the readings. The timestamps, of course, are in the information box below, alongside all sorts of other links, and they'll be in the comments for phone users as well. Tons of love, and see you in the readings. Okay, pile number 1, reading number 1, you have chosen the Tarot of the Light and the card of the Stone. I'm going to draw some charms, actually. Oh, wow. This is really interesting. We actually have 2 crosses. We have a hand. Very specific, though, this hand. Very powerful symbol. And we have a horseshoe here as well. Okay. I feel like this card feels like there's some kind of connection to, I want to say, a commitment to something is coming through here. The card of the Stone, there's something really solid that you are about to do, something of strength. I think it involves a collaboration, maybe a partnership. It's like 2 like minds coming together in some way. And I feel there could almost be like somebody offering you their hand in marriage. It feels as though there is something very powerful coming forward. So if we think about a marriage as being a union, a contract of significance, That is what's feeling really right in this reading. There's some kind of union of significance, some kind of a connection, some kind of a commitment in some way that seems to be coming through at the moment. I'm going to place these charms over here, and I think what we will do first of all is draw some cards from the tarot. Okay, that's quite a lot of cards, but do you know, I'm just going to go with these. 10 of Stars. Hoarding. This is gathering. I feel like this is really interesting. I feel like there's an accumulation of something. 3 of Stars, Visions. This is beautiful. 10 of Hearts, culmination. Yeah. There's something, you've been working on something, you've been building something, and it's about to come to fruition. That's the energy that's around. Something solid coming into your world. Let me move our charms. I'm going to just place them here on the card of the stone for the moment. We have the Moon, illusion. Knight of Hearts, romance. Yeah, there's a real culmination of something coming together. You guys, I'm feeling really dreamy in this. You are being asked to be real about something here as well. There's a, gosh, Page of Stars, curiosity. For those of you who are looking for partnership, I feel like somebody of substance is about to come into your world. I'm just going to place the stone here. It's like there's luck is on your side. Somebody offering you their hand in some way, shape or form. Now, if relationship is not on your agenda, if that is not what you are tuning into this reading for, and it's another aspect of either relationship or project, just straighten our cards out. Is that feeling right? Yeah. If this is a creative project, something in your world is coming together. It's like you've built something and it's about to become real or concrete. You know, it's about to move from a space of, if we think of this in terms of manifestation, it's about to move, it's shifting from a space of something you imagined and dreamed of to something that can become real. The card of the illusion, it's this space in between where something manifests. I always feel like, for me, the moon is like a rite of passage. It's an opportunity for something to actually emerge, to come to light in some way. Romance, curiosity. It's like, there's almost like a revitalization coming here. Something is about to become real. Something that was a vision or an idea or a thought or just a wish, a dream. And I think you've held this really deep within your heart for a long time. You've been holding this picture of manifestation. Something is about to emerge. It feels very loaded with magic and love and vibrancy and potential, and it's like this is meant to happen. Yeah, somebody brings you something. Let's draw from these little angel cards. Partnership. Here we have. It's exactly what was coming through. Partnership. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. You're being given something, someone's handing something to you. And look at those 2 crosses, which for me immediately spoke of partnership, but guidance from heaven, divine purpose. I don't feel I need any more of these cards. I'm going to draw runes. We have the rune of the spiritual warrior. This is about discernment. It's quite interesting, the rune of the warrior, but I feel like this is actually, in this instance, it's kind of saying go for it. Don't be afraid of making a commitment. If somebody hands you something, somebody makes you an offer, you know, you can navigate this with clarity, okay? Wholeness, this is the path you must follow. There's a destiny feeling around this reading. It feels like this coming together is really purposeful. It's meant to happen. It's written in the stars. Spirit is involved here. It's really interesting. The astrology dice are in this bag and one of them keeps coming out, so I'm just going to throw it and see what it shows you. Okay, Mercury. This is about communication, harmony, balance. And the other. In Cancer, again, balance, harmony, nurture. Yeah, you're nurturing something. I'm just going to move those over here, actually. You're nurturing something you have been nurturing is about to come to fruition. A doorway is going to be opened. Now, I'm not sure whether that is literally imminently this week, you know, because I'm seeing a pathway ahead of me, really. So for some of you, it may be really, really imminent. For some of you, the reading is actually saying you still need to invest. You still need to invest in your vision in order to bring it to fruition. But the culmination is going to come. So if it hasn't arrived yet, and it doesn't arrive imminently, it's actually because you are still needing to invest a little bit more in what you're doing. And be playful about it. Really carry that light energy. But whatever you are working on, you know, there's something about a diligence around and a shifting your own energy into that frequency of excitement, holding that vision, because it will come to you. I think for some of you, this is very, very imminent. It literally is about to emerge. It's about to birth into the world. For others, I think there is still some further investment to be done yet. You're needing to still invest and nurture. In fact, you may need to nurture and initiate some conversations to make this happen. Interestingly enough, I feel like this will come into alignment with the moon. Work with the cycles of the moon. You know, you might find that this, if you are investing in your dreams and your wishes, if you're holding those dreams, wishes and intentions around the new moon, you might find that it then comes to a culmination or a fruition around the full moon, or that you may be shown something. For some of you at the full moon, you'll be shown what the next step is in terms of also timing, when to reach out. But something is coming in. For those of you who are looking for love, I think that there is real divine timing here. And it is about that, everything here is about bringing something into realness, into solidness. We have the rune of initiation. Again, it's that rite of passage. You're moving through something. This pathway is divinely guided. I love the rune of wholeness sitting here, because that feels for me with this divine guidance, spirit guidance, in terms of this connection to somebody coming into your world, whether it's love or business, partnership or career, personal life or career. It's to do with, it's almost as though, you know, when you meet someone and you feel whole, you know, people talk about finding their other half. And that's what it's feeling like. It's this, there's something within you both that you mirror, you come together. We have the rune of breakthrough and we have the rune of flow. Okay, that's lovely. So the breakthrough rune, this is really interesting, because for me this is the breakthrough moment. And in terms of you investing in your dreams, if we think about the difference between the difference between setting wishes and setting intentions. You know, the reason that we do, in fact, it's why I use in the Astro-Moon journal, it's why we have a page for every sort of moon cycle. We have a page for wishes and we have a page for intentions as well, because wishes are to do with the feminine and intentions are to do with the masculine. We all have both, and manifestation involves both. You know, creation involves both. And, you know, when we set our new moon wishes, if we also set intentions, we're actually really connecting with that the balance and the harmony of the sun and the moon coming together, the masculine and the feminine. You know, that's what happens at a new moon. From our perspective here on our beautiful planet Earth, we look to the skies and the moon and the sun sit together. It's like a sacred marriage, and it's within that space of connection, that spark of pure creativity, that we invest in both our wishes, which is to do with the feminine, and our intentions, which is then, you know, if we make a wish, it's like, and I intend to do. It's like we then make a commitment to do the things we need to do in order for them to then come into fruition. You know, manifestation doesn't just happen. I mean, sometimes it does. You make a wish and it just appears. But a lot of the time, from a soul's evolution perspective, we also need to do the work along the way. And so when we make a wish, we then commit to doing what we need to do to bring it into reality. And so there's something in this reading that's a coming together, actually. It's really interesting, that pathway of wholeness, this relationship. There's definitely partnership and relationship around you. So whether this is your personal life or your career, it is like finding your other half in some venture, whether that is for the, for love and for a soulmate partnership in love, or whether it's a soulmate partnership as a working alliance. One way or the other, this feels really right. And the breakthrough moment, again, look at the breakthrough rune. It's a mirror, two sides, but there's no reverse to this rune. There's no reverse to the rune of wholeness either. Whichever way up we put it, it's the same. You know, so this is really about divine guidance, and it is you're going to flow into a new space of being. There's a lot of joy here, curiosity, romance. This is going to be a voyage of discovery. So, you know, it's not even just, it's on the one hand, it's bringing that dream into fruition and making it real, but simultaneously it's a whole new chapter and a whole new journey, and I feel like it's going to be fun, actually. It's, as I say, for some of you there's a little bit more nurturing, a little bit more work to do before it happens, and this reading is encouraging you to continue investing. For others, it is literally, you are literally at that breakthrough moment and it is imminent. I suspect if you really tune in with the moon cycles, you'll really begin, I think this is going to show up around a significant point of the moon's lunar journey. So it could be the full moon next week, it could be a new moon, there may be another lunar cycle to go through before this emerges, but one way or the other, there is so much love here for you, and this is a reading that is really wanting to inspire you to open yourself to receive that partnership. I'm going to wrap up the reading here. Tons and tons of love to you. Oh, it's just magical to be sitting in the energy of this. It's just, yeah, it's like your visions, your dreams coming true. It's just beautiful. Just so much love to you all. Guys, if you want to get notification of any of my readings, if this has really spoken to you or resonated with your circumstances, you know, do consider subscribing. If you press the little bell icon whenever I post readings, the Sunday readings or spontaneous readings, it should come into your stream. And if you want to be in that monthly prize draw to win a free private reading, or, you know, in this month we are, you know, I'm giving away a journal as well, or the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, just once you've subscribed, because it is a subscriber offer. If you just add yourself to that subscriber email list, the link is in the information box below and amongst all the other stuff in there. Tons and tons of love. This is just magical. Tons of love to you. Have an amazing week. Welcome, reading number 2. You have chosen the Nordic Tarot and the card of the seed. I'm wondering, what seeds are you sowing? In reading number 1, the astrology dice came out, so I'm actually going to use them now for this reading as well. We have Taurus and Venus. Ooh, gosh, Venus rules Taurus, so that's really interesting. There's something very earthy and magical and loving coming into your world here. Let's draw some charms too. We have the charm of love. We have the starfish. This is actually a starfish. We have a bicycle. And we have a feather with a rose, or a wing. In fact, it's actually not a feather, it's an angel wing. Though there is a little, looks like a feather, but maybe they're leaves. Gosh. There's a lot of angel energy around you, kind of nurturing you into, I feel like your motivation is being nurtured. There's a really loving energy coming through here. It's as if, I don't know whether you have been struggling a little. I feel like there's a flavour of almost, it's like, yeah, almost as if you've been, I won't say struggling, but you know, when you sow seeds, sometimes we have to wait for them to emerge. There's something about having patience here, but you're being nurtured. You yourself, I feel, there's a lot of guidance, a lot of loving energy. Maybe for some of you, you've sown seeds and you've been wondering if they're going to come to fruition, or you've been struggling with motivation, maybe even procrastination. For some of you, I feel like there has been some aspect of physical difficulty, a physical illness or a physical hindrance. You know, if emotionally we go through the mill, then inevitably I think, you know, emotions have quite a big physical impact on our physical body as well. So if we've experienced something that has been quite strong emotionally, we often get more tired. I feel like there's a lot of loving energy and nurture around you to support you, to bring your dreams and your goals to fruition, or to get something going, to sow a seed and to trust and believe in its potential. Yeah, that's what I feel I'm tuning into. Let's draw cards from the tarot. So I'm going to place the card of the seed over here with the bicycle, the charm of love, the starfish, and the beautiful wing with the rose. So our first 2 cards. Okay. So we have 6 of Pentacles and 5 of Pentacles. Gifts, emotional withdrawal. Okay. We then have the Knight of Wands, impulsiveness. Page of Cups, playfulness. And the Chariot. Okay, something is going to be moving forwards. Yeah, what I'm seeing here is, I do think something has taken place. There is that sort of energy around here that feels as though you've needed to withdraw for some reason. And I do have that sense of physical tiredness. It almost feels like, you know, like post-viral or yeah, or post-emotional stuff, you know, where you're still processing something and physically it kind of has an impact on you. You know, Taurus, the energy of Taurus here, Taurus likes, you know, like Taurians, I think often are, you know, they like things to be stable. So when things aren't stable, it feels like, you know, it can really feel quite emotionally challenging. I feel you've had to withdraw for some reason. And interestingly enough, the impulsiveness, I feel like the withdrawal time is sort of coming to a close. It's like you've withdrawn, you've needed to withdraw. There's so much nurture and love around you. You've needed to do that. But actually, I almost feel, you know, when you get itchy feet, you know, if we think about the whole lockdown situation where we're a bit sort of pent up, and it's completely appropriate, or if you haven't been well or you're processing something, it's completely right to withdraw. But then we begin to feel a bit like we really want to burst out of something. We want to move from something. We want to, you know, that there's a sort of like a tension in this reading around, but the movement is coming, the moving forwards. Something is going to shift for you in the circumstances of your own world. Let's draw from the angel cards as well. Unlimited ideas. This is really interesting because, again, I feel like it's almost as though some of you maybe, and this will perhaps be a message for some and not all, but almost, again, you've withdrawn, you've had ideas, and sometimes, you know, when you get lots of ideas but you don't know which one to follow because they all seem like really good ideas, and what do you do first? And then actually you kind of get a bit tangled up and not know how to move it forwards because you don't know which one to invest in first, you know. And that's when there's these sort of like itchy feet, or that sense of wanting to move but not quite knowing what to do first, where to go first, how to approach it. No more complaining. I'm chuckling here because it does feel like there's this sort of, there's a little bit of tension around the reading. It's not a negative tension. It's actually, sometimes it's the kind of tension that ultimately kind of like initiates us to do something. But there's that sense of impulsiveness, and you're being encouraged to be playful rather than impulsive, you know, like, don't be a bull in a china shop. Allow yourself to just explore your options and think about the choices around you. Moonlighting. Well, I'll read you a little bit more from these cards in just a moment. Lovely. Okay, so we have our 4 cards here. First of all, unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. Impulsiveness. No more complaining. Complaints are affirmations of victimhood, which is never true spiritually. Take back your God-given power by affirming that you have an abundance of choices and freedom. With your increased confidence and assertiveness, watch these positive affirmations blossom into reality. To be playful around this. Now this is lovely. There's a real bit of important guidance here. Moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. So you are being nurtured here. You're being given the gift of ideas, lots of creative sparks and possibilities in this reading. But there's a sort of a tension, I think, around you in terms of, gosh, what do I do next? What steps do I do? Can I dare give up the day job and follow my, you know, do I launch myself into this new career pathway, or do I follow my dreams? But what if? There's lots of kind of stuff around that. But you are being supported, very much nurtured and guided. And yeah, some of you are having to process some stuff that has left its mark on you. So as you process that and move forwards, I think it's going to be a steady progress, you know, that lovely Taurus energy, steady earthy progress, step by step, beautiful oxen, you know, carrying a wonderful cart of possibility. Rather than being a bull in a china shop and being impulsive, there's a sense of here of saying, look, you know, you can take your time here. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. All your good personal work and positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles, and blocks are lifted. You will now experience progress and movement forward with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure your flow of abundance continues. So feel like there's a shift in energy around you, from a space where you've needed to recoup, recover, process, even gestate ideas and possibilities in your mind. But that is shifting, and there is a lot of support to help you begin to move through any kind of doubt, procrastination, any niggles or any actual physical real stuff that was in the way of you moving forwards. That's shifting now, but we're talking steady progress. Let's draw runes. Okay, so we have the rune of separation, Othilla. We have the rune of movement. Yeah, this is the rune of Othilla, of separation. It's like a snake shedding its skin. It's like you've outgrown a circumstance or a situation. So whatever this was, this hindrance, this tiredness, this feeling of either physical difficulty or emotional stuff around a circumstance, you're processing it and you're moving through and beyond it. It's time to let go. Again, for some of you, if it's those limiting beliefs inside, I mean, we have them. It's such a human thing, and it's really time to be processing those. Any aspect of self-doubt is beginning to be lifted. Part of it is that sense of frustration, you know, when we just start to think, you know, I want to move forwards. So for some of you, that's shifting, but again, it's about being playful. The movement is coming. We have the card of movement, the Chariot, and we have the rune of movement. The rune of movement is the bettering of any situation and the gathering of momentum, but something needs to be, you're separating and letting go of something in order to move into this space of movement and progression. We have the rune of defense and we have the rune of flow. The rune of defense is interesting because, again, this is exactly that feeling that I had. It's like, you know, when we just get fed up with something, even though maybe it's how it was and it was right for us. You know, it's like wearing a coat and it used to fit and now it doesn't anymore. So we need to shed that skin. The rune of defense actually kind of suggests that you have, again, outgrown something. It's like we develop an aversion, this rune says, to conduct and people and circumstances that no longer resonate with us. You know, whereas we might have, you know, shut up and put up, we can't do that anymore. And that can be the circumstances around you, or it can be actually you getting kind of pissed off with some kind of inner belief or aspect of self-doubt that's within you. You've had enough of it. You don't want that anymore. You're tired, fed up, not prepared to put up with it anymore. That's what the rune of defense is speaking about. Something has outgrown, it's used to you and it's not resonating, and it's time to move forwards and to flow into a new space of being. But yeah, step by step, gentle, steady progress. Don't do the can't handle this anymore and off you go, bull in a china shop. This reading is saying just approach this with steady assurance. You know, step by step. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You can start working on your dreams part-time while keeping other things going. This is to do with career, particularly on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. And even if your other job is feeling like you just want to let go of it and burst forth and you've had enough, actually that's okay. You know, because actually you can do this side by side for a little while. That's definitely coming through for some of you. But yeah, be joyful, keep your energy good. Don't get to the point where you are so frustrated that and you're holding yourself back. It's about steady progress. That means those pent-up feelings don't reach a point of sort of exploding. You release them, you move forward step by step, and you hold that vision. You are being really, really supported and guided in this. You know, the energy of spirit is really supporting you in moving forwards to a place of flow. Obstacles and blocks are lifted. So I'm going to wrap up this reading. Thank you so much for joining me for today. If you're new to my readings and you'd like, I'll be doing some spontaneous readings as I do, as well as the Sunday readings. If you'd like notification of those, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream as soon as I post them. And yeah, I post every Sunday. And guys, don't forget, if you are on my subscriber email list, to check out to see if you have won a private reading or a journal or a pack of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards. So guys, and if you want to be, if you're new to my channel and you want to be in that monthly prize draw, it is a subscriber offer, so do subscribe. And also I will leave the link to the subscriber email list in the information box and the comments as well for phone users. So once you're on that list, you're on it for every monthly draw forever. So yeah, tons and tons of love to you all. Have an amazing week. Welcome to reading number 3. So pile number 3, you have chosen the Dreams of Gaia Tarot and the card of the Judge. So something is being evaluated here. Now guys, in reading number 1, the astrology dice actually appeared and came out. They were in with the runes, and so I'm going to now throw them, as well as drawing some charms. So you have the moon in Leo. Okay. For me, the energy of Leo, the moon in Leo, suggests the need to celebrate something. So what's been evaluated? Something's been evaluated, it's been assessed, and there's going to be an opportunity to celebrate, I think, something, to believe in something, to know that something can come right, is what I feel. Let's place that card over here for a moment. Draw some charms. Just one came out here. Oh, wow, look at that. Now that is really powerful. This is like, looks like for me, like an Egyptian kind of the Eye of Horus. This is your third eye. I'm going to place it there on the card of the Judge, right in the middle. Okay, you get to see something. If you haven't seen it already, you're going to see it. You're going to see the way clearly. You're going to evaluate something. And I think we see success here. Whatever you're looking at or looking into or needing an answer to, but you are making a judgment call here in some way. But you're going to, I'm seeing success and celebration in the Leo energy here. Let's draw from the tarot first. Queen of Earth. This is very grounded. It's very, I don't know, I guess I want to say earthy, manifesting kind of energy. You know, in traditional packs, this would be the Queen of Pentacles. So it's somebody who knows, she knows how to look after herself. She's a nurturer. It's a very solid energy. And it's interesting with the energy of the buffalo. Buffalo is a provider. You know, the buffalo is so very, very sacred. If we think about Native American traditions, you know, the buffalo was so honored as a provider. The buffalo provided food, provided shelter through its skin. I mean, every part of an animal was honored, respected, cherished. You know, in the gratitude was profound in terms and respect for all that the buffalo brought. So there's something coming to you, coming to fruition. The card of the Father. And again, there's quite a strong energy. Do you know, this is just so fascinating. I have to just show you this card, because look at these two cards here. So we have the masculine and the feminine, Queen of Earth, which is a card of motherhood as well. And then we have the card of the Father, and we have this eye here, the charm. I can hold it the right way around and show you here. So we have the eye here. We can see that, I hope. That's showing up. Now, if you have a look in these cards, so right above her, she has a gem where she has her eye, but right above her, there is a little eye just here. And in this, in the imagery here, in the tree behind the father figure, again, there is an eye just here. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. But right up here, there is an eye. So you are being shown something. Something has been shown to you. The way is being shown. There's a sense of leadership here, success, evaluation. You're the one that has to evaluate and make some decision or decide on something. I see success in that. Again, isn't it interesting we have such profound symbols of both the masculine and the feminine? Leo is a very masculine energy, very fiery, very celebratory. The moon is very feminine. Emotions. Masculine, feminine. Ooh, gosh. Whatever decision is around you, gosh, listen to your heart. Look at, again, the symbols in this card. These cards are really speaking to us today. So we have just here, we have the heart, we have like almost like a little star, but almost like a dream catcher, and a butterfly hanging from the symbol of the sword. You have to make a decision. There's some kind of a decision taking place in your world. I'm not quite sure that will be, you know, you'll know what that is for you. But a decision is to be made. And what this reading is saying is be balanced in your approach. You know, you're needing to be contemplating this situation and assessing the situation from a balanced perspective with the masculine and the feminine. So it's as though there is a need to be really reflective, but also take definitive choice, make a definitive choice as well. Okay, listen to your heart. Your heart is where the answer sits for you. Whatever that decision is for you, whatever that choice, if it hasn't yet presented itself, I think it's going to. And then we have the energy of the maiden. This is lovely. It's a beautiful card. It's a card of fertility. Really beautiful, beautiful card. I'm seeing that celebration again. I feel like whatever the decision you make, you're needing to evaluate something, and you're needing to evaluate almost by being guided. Allow yourself to be guided by, it's almost like the truth of your heart. You know, our mind can deceive us sometimes, but our heart will always tell us the truth. And so you need to see something through, you know, that third eye, using your intuition and listening to your heart, and then review and evaluate. Think about this from a reflective position. Once I think you reflect, then you'll know what to do. It's like there is an action that needs to be taken and a decision to be made. For some of you, that may not yet have occurred. For some of you, you already know what that decision is. I'm really seeing that clearly. Some of you know exactly what the decision is and what the choice is that you need to make. For others, it hasn't yet happened, and so this reading is like a bringing this to your attention, that there will be a decision to make. You're going to have to evaluate. When you do, the choice will become quite clear to you, and there is a choice that gives you a pathway of real fertility. It's bringing about a pathway of new possibilities, a pathway of hope, of light. I mean, this is just the most, and again, the symbol of the butterfly, transformation, is showing up again in this card, along with that pathway to the light. So if you feel like you can't see the woods for the trees, you know, that feeling around making a decision, just reflect, get grounded, because this needs to be viewed from a balanced perspective. Again, look, we have yet another eye here in this card showing up again. Trust your higher knowing, trust your inner wisdom. The decision will be very clear to you once you remove any of the kind of inner clutter, inner workings of your mind. You know, there's a massive difference, isn't there, between the what I would call the repetitive thinking patterns, where we just go over and over, you know, and as opposed to really contemplation and reflection, which is a very different type of thinking. Abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Really holding a mindset that honors your heart. Block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics, avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. Gosh, decisions again. Decisions. This is really a very powerful message for some of you, which is part of the choices that you're making are whether to prioritize, for some of you I think, whether to prioritize yourself over and above the emotional demands of others. Listen to your heart. You know, actually the decision here is about following what's right for you. You know, blocking out some of the incoming kind of clutter that clogs you up and causes a distraction, so you're no longer focusing on your own pathway. Clearing debts. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. This is all about taking charge. Again, for me, I feel this clearing debts. It's not just about finances, it's about emotional stuff. Again, speaking very clearly, I think for some of you, you carry a lot of emotional stuff for other people. It's like, you know, you're there to support others emotionally, and this reading is asking you to support yourself, to invest in yourself. Hold that abundance mindset. Don't allow the invasion of other people's stuff to take up kind of airplay in your mind, which stops you from focusing on your own direction. Partnership. This is really interesting because this card of partnership is actually speaking to you very specifically of allowing healthy people to come into your life who will work with you. You know, a healthy partnership is a supportive one. It should be, you know, many hands make light work, as opposed to kind of relationships and partnerships where they weigh heavy on you, where there is a demand upon you, when your time and energy is needed by others in ways that doesn't support you or lift you so that your own focus is stronger. It detracts and takes your energy to the point where you have less of you to give and invest in your own pathway. You're being asked to invest in your own pathway very specifically in this reading. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So someone's going to come into this situation, or somebody already is available in this situation to pick up and carry some of the load. If they're not there already, they're going to be. And when they do, you need to allow yourself to receive that support so that you can then focus on your own pathway. Don't continue to follow a repeating pattern where you are always the one that picks up all the responsibility. We have the rune of defense. Do you know, I almost said the rune of aversion. The rune of defense is actually asking you to hold your boundaries, know when to say yes and when to say no. And we develop an aversion when this rune shows up. We develop an aversion to something that is no longer appropriate for us. So a situation where we maybe have put up and shut up, we can't do that anymore. There's a turning point. You need to both nurture yourself and also make very clear decisions about what is right for you. We have the rune of initiation. Gosh, very powerful message coming through with this rune. Whatever you are investing in, and I think it's been detracted by some other people's, by interruptions, it feels very divinely guided. You know, you whatever the pathway that you need and are being, you know, invited to invest in terms of your own pathway, the decisions you need to make about this situation, you know, the decision is about doing what's right for you, following your heart. And it's more than just the thing that you're doing. It's actually about you overcoming the inability to say no to something, and sort of almost being a bit of a, kind of want to almost say a bit of a dog's body, like people taking advantage of your good nature. And your initiation is moving into a position of empowerment. That's part of the debt here. The debt is clearing debts. There's almost something quite karmic as well. Maybe you've come here with an intention of putting things right, but to the point where you've got into a pattern of behavior that isn't actually supporting what's right for you. It's like you've prioritized everybody else's well-being above and beyond your own. It's time to nurture yourself and celebrate yourself. We have the rune of signs. This is like signs, signals, synchronicities. Again, third eye, which these eyes are popping up everywhere. Follow your intuition. The signs will be shown to you. If you have a wobble, ask for some confirmation, and you'll be shown a confirmation. Be particularly aware of conversations. Listen to what is not just to what people say to you, but listen to what isn't said as well. It gives you a lot of information in terms of making very clear decisions. The rune of journey. Now, sometimes this can literally mean a journey, but more often than not, it's about removing those inner obstacles to your own success. And in this instance, I feel it's all to do with boundaries and making a firm commitment to yourself and listening to what your heart really desires and following it through. You know, there is a celebration here of you, of your right to have abundance, of your right to be focused. You know, if you think of the space of your mind as a creative pot of energy, if other people and distractions are in your mind, if it's like a pie chart, you know, when that pie chart is 100% focused on abundance, on what you desire as if you have it now, that law of attraction, and the decisions you make are all about having what you desire, you know, and not in a selfish way, but in a way that just honors the fact that when you have an abundance, you know, when you look after yourself, Queen of Earth, when you invest in yourself, you will have the energy to look after others. If you don't look after yourself, if your pie chart is diminished and, you know, there's only, say, 50% of it is available for you and 50% is constantly being given to others, actually only 50% of you can generate what you want. What you're calling in is a 50-50 possibility rather than 100% possibility. And I know it's really hard to achieve 100% focus all the time. And again, don't be critical of yourself. You need to also, again, part of the nurture is that you actually take time out and relax. If you're, again, endlessly giving, there is no relaxation. It's like you're running like a mad thing, trying to do your stuff and trying to do stuff for others too. So there's a real sense of delegating, making very clear choices, having clear boundaries here, moving to a place where you follow and trust that if you have a wobble, the signs will be shown to you as to what to do, because there are choices along the way. For some of you, there's a very big decision to make, but you're going to make the right one. There's so much promise and celebration here. So this is, yeah, and whatever you came into this lifetime with from a karmic perspective. It's like that's just being cleared now. You've done that bit, you've looked after everyone, and now it's time. The karmic pathway is actually about investing in yourself and owning your own entitlement to abundance. Wonderful friends, I'm going to wrap up this reading now. Thank you so much for joining me. If this has resonated with you, then you know, if you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, whether it's the readings I do every Sunday or the spontaneous ones that I upload every now and then, which are often with very specific questions, I will hopefully be uploading some more spontaneous ones this week, actually, as we move towards a full moon. So quite exciting kind of energy to do extra readings in. So guys, if you would like to get notification of those, if you press subscribe and a little bell icon, they should come into your stream. And if you'd like to be in my monthly prize draw, in just a moment I will do a little video announcing the winners of last month's. I'm giving away a journal, the Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon journal for this year, also a signed first limited edition pack of these cards and a private reading. So if you'd like to be in the monthly draw, it is a subscriber offer, so if you subscribe and then add yourself to my email list, my subscriber email list, the link is in the information box below and the comments. And once you're on that email list, you're on it forever, so you're always in every monthly draw. Wonderful friends, tons and tons and tons of love to you. Have an amazing week, and yeah, make the decisions that allow your heart to sing. I hope you have enjoyed the readings, wonderful friends. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you all of you who are watching this part of the video for subscribing, for supporting the channel, and just thank you so much for your love, your likes, your shares, your comments. This is my way of giving something back to you. So let us now announce the winners of the private reading and the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, and of course the Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon journal, which I'm giving away a signed copy of for this month's draw as well. So the winner of the private reading is Cherry. Cherry, your YouTube username is Moon Goddess. And the winner of the Art of Manifestation Oracle cards, first signed edition, is Carol. Carol, your YouTube name is House of Elarak. And finally, the journal, the Art of Manifestation Astro-Moon journal for 2022. Barbara, you have won this, and your YouTube name is Bar Gill. So wonderful friends, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for being a part of this amazing community. Congratulations to the winners. If you could all get in touch with me via my website www.azemotionalhealth.com, and then we can make arrangements to either ship your goods out to you, or indeed Sherry to do your private reading. Tons and tons of love to you all.